Hi everyone, my name's Ashley. I'm one of the clinical counselors at the Kawartha Sexual Assault Center. I'm bringing you this video today to go over a toolkit, a skill that some of you might find helpful. It's called a grounding toolbox or a grounding toolkit. So if you'd like to follow along, I'll show you a little bit and tell you a little bit about what you can put in your grounding toolkit and when and why it might be helpful for you. So the limbic part of our brain, it relies on our senses to know if we're in a safe place or if we're in danger. So we can give our brain signals that we are safe and that it's okay to calm down. And we can do this by using different physical items or different things we have available to us that activate our five senses. So what I'm going to show you today, like I said, is a collection of these physical items that can help you perhaps to become more grounded or to become more centered by activating your five senses. So, you can keep your grounding items in whatever kind of toolkit works well for you. Maybe you have some kind of little bag or pouch that you want to keep it in. Then you could carry things around, in your backpack, carry them around with you throughout the day if that's helpful. Maybe you'll use something like a basket or a shoebox, a bag, whatever works for you. As a lot of these things also can be kept maybe just in your pocket, or some of them I'm going to talk about can be kept on your phone too, something that you already carry with you throughout most of the day. So let's start off with the first sense I want to talk about is smell. So smell can be really powerful. It's closely related to emotion and to memory. So what you can do is choose a couple scents that stand out to you, that you really love, that are meaningful to you, or you find particularly calming. So for scent, I have a scented lotion here. So that's something that, if you have a lotion or a perfume or an essential oil, something where the scent really stands out to you, that might be something that you keep in your toolkit. I also have a lip balm. So that's something that, again, smells really great and it's really calming to me, this particular scent. So this is something I could carry in my pocket, my backpack, put it in this pouch bag here that I have, or keep it in my my basket of all my grounding objects. So that's for scent. So again, you might be thinking of if there are any particular scents that stand out to you and you've found them grounding, and how you might be able to put them in your toolkit. It could be a candle, could be anything really, a scent that stands out to you. The next one, we can move on to touch. So to activate our sense of touch, we might think of different textures, different fabrics. If there's anything that speaks to you there, something that you love. So some that I have gathered, I have this ribbon here that kind of has a neat texture to it. Again, something I could carry in my pocket, and when I'm out and about throughout the day, if I need to do some grounding, I might use that. It's easy to carry along with me. I have this little fluffy, furry little ball here. Again, the scent of this is quite grounding and comforting, soothing to me, so that's something I'm going to add to my grounding toolkit. I have this rock here that I got from my garden, and the texture of that really does help me to ground and center myself as well. Again, this is something I could carry around in my pocket or my backpack. Maybe you have this is kind of a rough rock, but maybe you have a really smooth rock or a shell, any kind of smooth texture like that. Maybe, you have a piece of satin, a piece of fleece, just a little little cut piece of fabric that you can carry around with you, or again, keep in your basket or your bag. And then throughout the day, if you're feeling like you need to activate some of your senses to ground yourself and to get that sense of safety, you can use those pieces of fabric or whatever kind of textured item you're carrying around. Another thing that I'm going to put in my basket here is one of these rice bags that you can heat up in the microwave. So I find the texture of this really speaks to me as well, the rice within here. But also seeing this in my basket reminds me that I can go to the microwave and I can heat this up. And the heat is soothing, and you know, something like this people find really grounding as well. So I'm going to add this into my basket to remind me that I can heat this up and I can use the heat to ground myself when I need to. Okay, so that's for touch. So again, you might be thinking of some different things you have around home or you have accessible to you that you can use to activate your sense of touch. The next sense I want to go over is sight. So for sight, we can use lots of different things. You know, think about what you look at that calms you or helps you to feel centered or grounded. You know, maybe it's just even noticing the room that you're in, looking around the space that you're in. That can often be really grounding. You know, maybe it's a photo or a painting. Maybe it's a picture of someone that's really important to you, a place that you've been, or a place that's really calming to you. So I'll show you some examples of things that I've gathered. I have a little painted card here that one of my friends made for me. It's really calming to me and also reminds me of the support of my friend. So that's something that I'm going to add into my basket. I have a picture here, again, of someone that's really important to me, and this picture activates my sense of sight and helps me to feel grounded. So I'm going to add that into my basket. I have a card here that was sent to me from a loved one as well. And, you know, looking at this card and reading the little message that's on the back, that's really grounding and centering for me as well. So I'm going to add that into my grounding toolkit to help activate my sense of sight. So you can also use mental imagery, right? So imagining a safe or calming place for you, that can be really grounding as well. So that's not something you have to carry around with you, but just thinking of what that mental image might look like. It could also be, you know, saving different photos to your phone. And then being able to easily access those photos on your phone where you're anywhere throughout your day. If you have any kind of calming images, you can access that way. So that's sight. So again, I encourage you, if it feels okay, to think about what kind of items or what you can do to help ground you through sight. Next, I'm going to talk about taste. So for taste, we want to think about, you know, do you have, is there a taste of anything that really speaks to you that's calming or grounding? So a couple of things that I gathered. First, I have a pack of gum here, knowing that chewing this gum, and this is mint gum, so also smell, it activates smell and taste, can be really grounding, helps me get recentered in the moment. I have a couple mints here as well that again are easy to carry around in your pocket or in your backpack, in your bag, whatever you might be carrying, or keep them in your grounding toolkit right here. I put a couple tea bags as well. So again, these are both mint teas, so I can smell them, and the smell helps me to feel grounded. And also prompts me that I can go boil the kettle and I can make myself a tea and sip on that warmth and taste the minty tea, and that can really help me bring me back into the moment and feel grounded as well. So I'm going to add these tea bags into my grounding kit also. So the next category we'll move on to is sound, or hearing, our sense of hearing. So with that, I would encourage you to think about, you know, what kind of sounds are calming or grounding to you. Maybe it's absolute silence you find grounding. Maybe it's white noise. Maybe it's, you know, the sound of water or waves. Maybe it's birds and something in nature. You know, thinking about what of those sounds really speak to you and help you feel calm and grounded. And then can you save some of those to your phone to easily access them. You know, maybe I'll put a set of headphones into my grounding kit. That reminds me, you know, I can plug those headphones into my phone or my computer, and I can listen to those sounds that I feel that really help me feel grounded. So sound, yeah, it can be anything that really speaks to you. Another thing that I'm gonna put in my grounding toolbox here is a little notepad. This kind of works in all different of activating all different of the five senses. So on my first page, I've written some affirmations here that are important to me and speak to me. So by keeping them really handy in my toolbox here, I can go to this, I can read them, I can say them out loud. They help me feel grounded. So that was on my first page. On my second page here, I have one of my favorite recipes. This can help me when, you know, I'm really need to feel grounded or feel centered, because baking and cooking is something that helps me. So again, if I grab my toolkit and I flip to this page, I'm reminded of this recipe. I might go into the kitchen then and bake. This is a chocolate chip cookie recipe. I might bake this as a way to feel grounded. So that's kind of a reminder that I have this. And on the third page, I have written down a guided meditation that I really like. That's an app through my phone, on an app in my phone. So I've written that down, the number of the meditation it is and where I can find that. And then I've also written one of my favorite playlists that I can listen to through my phone as well. And just by seeing this, it prompts me that I have these tools available to me, and I can go access them on my phone. And then there's lots of other pages that I might add more to. So I'm going to add this to my toolbox. Lastly, I'm going to add my journal. I'm going to add a pack of markers and a pen. Again, having this accessible, right? Maybe I'll set this basket, you know, by my bedside table. Maybe I'll set it in my living room, somewhere where I can easily access it, and it has everything in it ready to go. So when I need to feel grounded, or when I'm looking for these tools, I have things like my markers, my pen, my journal ready to go. And I can journal, I can write down what's going on for me, I can color, I can draw, and I have everything ready to go. So I'm gonna add that in. So as you can see, this is my basket here filled with all my tools for my grounding toolbox. Yeah, I might keep it in this basket. Again, when I'm going out, and maybe I'll put it into this pouch and add it to my backpack. I can take small things out of here that I need, might need on a daily basis, and put them in my pocket and take them with me. And then I also have my phone with pictures and the guided meditation and the playlists and sounds that are really calming for me. So I hope that this grounding toolkit would be helpful for you. I thank you for joining me today. You can always get in touch with myself or any of my other coworkers at our center through our social media pages. If you have any questions about what kind of grounding objects might work best for you, we'd love to have that kind of conversation with you. Thanks, and I hope to see you again soon.